So David, welcome to Latvia, welcome to Riga. We're very, very pleased to have you here. So maybe could you start off just by telling us what is COP26?
It's a global climate summit in Glasgow to look at the state of climate change and to agree an urgent plan of action to respond to it.
And what sort of things will be discussed at COP26?
Well, a lot of stuff. Cutting carbon emissions, moving to electric vehicles, moving out of coal, that's going to be a big thing there. And mostly just using more renewable energy rather than fossil fuels, helping countries to adapt, protecting nature, protecting people who are vulnerable to the impacts of climate change, and perhaps more important than any of it, unlocking the money to pay for all of this.
So you've kind of alluded to unlocking finance, unlocking money to pay for it. What do you think is the biggest challenge for COP26?
Well, there's a few. One of them is finding ways to move quickly enough that we actually hit our targets to keep the planet's temperatures under control. Because in order to do that, we need to achieve a balance of the amount of carbon coming into the atmosphere and going out of the atmosphere by 2050. And that means halving the amount of carbon emissions by 2030.
Yeah. And as COP approaches, what do you think are going to be the outcomes? What do you think is going to happen realistically?
Well, I do think that there will be cuts in emissions and action to be less polluting. I do think that there will be more money, not just from governments, but from international institutions. And I think there will be businesses who want to invest in renewables. So that's really encouraging. And agreements on doing things like protecting the forests.
All right. And you talked about actions that need to be taken. So I'm going to ask you a personal question now. What sort of daily habits have you been doing to sort of reduce your emissions and your impact on the environment?
Well, I don't own a car. I don't intend to. But should I change my mind, it will be electric. And in the meantime, I take the bus or I walk.
Great. Thank you very much.
Thank you.